side from the ventricle on the right side. Like the septum in your nose separates it into the right and left nostrils. Okay, so that's part of the septum pellucidum. This is the lateral ventricle. This is the corpus callosum. Here's the thalamus right below the corpus callosum. The pons, the medulla oblongata, and then this is the spinal cord. That's where it's going to connect to.
And where would the white matter, gray matter?
So this is, okay, so let's take a look. This is half a brain, right? So this is one of the cerebral hemispheres, and this is half of the cerebellum. If we look inside the cerebellum, see what looks, that lighter colored stuff? That's all white matter.
Okay, like all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all of that is white matter. And the corpus callosum is white matter. If it's, and anything that's not white matter is gray matter. Okay, which is kind of a, you know, kind of an awkward way to define it, but that's the best definition there is. So, cerebral hemisphere, corpus callosum, lateral ventricle, thalamus, sitting on top of the pons, medulla, spinal cord, cerebellum with white matter inside it.
And the optic nerves come from the back?
Optic nerves come from the front. They would be, because this is the front of the brain, right? So the eye would be right here.
Right.
And so the optic nerve would be coming back. This is one of a stump of one of the optic nerves right here.
So, in the front, the optic nerve would be in this area.
Yeah, on the underside of the brain and the front of the brain, optic nerve. What I'm going to do here, I think, because this is going to be a good example. So we talked in lecture the other night about the meninges, right? The coverings of the brain that protect the brain and spinal cord. One of those coverings, right? This is the dura mater. Remember I said the dura is the outermost layer and it's a tough one? That's the pituitary gland right there. What I'm going to do is remove this dura because I can see more of the optic nerve underneath here. I can see these two little stumps of it here. But you're not really going to see that until I take the dura off. So you got the dura, and so here's the arachnoid layer. That's the middle layer. I'm going to take this off a little gently so I don't completely destroy the optic nerves.
Oh yeah, this one more clear. The other one is the real.
Okay, I'm getting there. So I'm trying to A, not slice my thumb off. B, not slice the optic nerves off, which I kind of did on this side. It looks like a little bit.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay. So, so here's the sheep looking at you, right? His eyes are up here. The optic nerves would be coming back here. So there's the stump of the optic nerves. They meet here at this area called the optic chiasm, and then they go back to the visual cortex from here. So optic nerve, is this all on your list, by the way? Optic nerve, optic chiasma. Chiasma is,
Where's the chiasma?
is that meeting point. Chiasm, it's supposed to look like an X. Okay, the center of the X is the chiasm, and then the optic tracts are the ones going to the back of the brain. And so optic nerve, optic chiasm, optic tract here. This one going to the left side, this one going to the right side.
And the olfactory bulb.
Olfactory bulbs underneath the cerebral hemispheres right here. This thing here and this thing here. Those are olfactory bulbs. There are the olfactory bulbs here on the underside of the brain. At the front of the brain, again, they're right above the nose. The olfactory nerves go straight up through the nose, through the nose into the brain.
Are you going to ask about the PMater and all that?
No. I'm not even going to ask it in here.